With winter approaching, here are even more horror reads for those cold winter nights. The Shining by Stephen King is a story about Jack Torrance, who accepts the job as a caretaker at the Overlook Hotel for its off season. He believes it's going to be a fresh start for him, his wife Wendy, and his son Danny, but things slowly descend into madness. This is a classic Stephen King novel, and they, of course, made the movie with Jack Nicholson and Shelley Duvall, which was really, really good too, but the ending of this book is way different. Misery, also by Stephen King, is a story about author named Paul Sheldon who crashes his car in the middle of a blizzard and is rescued by Annie Wilkes, who just happens to be his #1 fan. Annie is obsessed with Paul's writing, and she's very upset that he is ending his series, the Misery Chastain books, and basically is keeping him prisoner in her home. And shit happens, and it's disgusting, and it's crazy. And if you haven't seen the movie with Kathy Bates, I highly recommend you do. But again, the ending is different, and it's crazier in the Terror by Dan Simmons is actually a historically accurate event about the Franklin expedition in the 1800s as they were trying to find passage through the Arctic Circle in these ships. But there's some paranormal creepy elements that were added into the story. So this is a story about the shipwrecks and what they did to survive. So basically they're stuck in the Arctic Circle, the ships get frozen, and these men have to try to survive. And there is an unseen predator out on the ice, and it starts to stalk them. I do highly recommend also watching the show on AMC. It was really, really good. Near the Bone by Christina Henry is the story about a couple named Maddie and William who live alone in a cabin in the mountains. Maddie discovers the mutilated body of a fox when she realizes they might actually not be alone. 3 strangers then appear on the mountainside looking for a creature, and this changes everything for them. And it also might anger William. And when William gets angry, terrible things start to happen. And Nobody Knows It But Me by Megan Stockton is the slow burn horror that I read recently that I absolutely devoured. It's a story about a wildlife biologist who gets called into this small town to help deal with some problematic animals. He gets called in to kind of settle the whole issue of a potential wolf that's causing the deaths of local livestock. But when he gets to this town of Rotten Fork, he's starting to realize that there are some secrets this town is holding and some real reasons behind these brutal deaths that really can't be explained. Let me know in the comments if you have read any of these books or if there are any books similar to these that I should be adding to my TBR. Okay, thanks, bye.